The 2023 draft was a week ago, and it's never too early to do a 2024 mock draft, right? Well, yeah, we're doing our way too early 2024 mock today. This is just fun to do to see where the top prospects are right now, a year before the draft is going to happen. Because a lot of these guys in this video might fall out of the first round. They might stay at college. They might be in the top 5 that I don't even mention in this video. So it's really cool to see how these prospects perform over the next calendar year to see how they help or hurt their draft stock. I'm doing a lottery mock. I'm going to go in reverse odds to win the 2024 championship. This is on NBA.com. So yeah, I'm not predicting these teams to be this bad. This is just what NBA.com has. And let me know in the comments if there's any prospects that I didn't mention that I should definitely keep an eye on for this upcoming year. And oh yeah, drop a like if you guys do enjoy the videos. So NBA.com has the Charlotte Hornets with the worst odds to win the championship next year. So they have the #1 pick here, and I'm going to have them select Ron Holland out of the G League Ignite. Holland is 17. He recently decommitted from Texas and is going to be in the G League Ignite. For the 4th straight year, we may have a top 10 prospect coming out of the G League Ignite. Back in 2021 with Jalen Green, 2022 with Dyson Daniels, and 2023 with Scoot Henderson. If you read or watched anything about the Nike Hoop Summit in April, he was the best player on the floor. He has what you want in an NBA forward. What he can do on the offensive side of the ball, the defensive side of the ball, his size, intangibles. I feel like he has elite basketball instincts already at his age, which is something you definitely want to keep an eye on when you're recruiting these prospects. He's an underrated passer. He's a hell of a competitor. And I think that gives him just such a high floor that you would take with the #1 overall pick in 2024. So yeah, we could plug Ron Holland next to Brandon Miller as the forwards for that team with Mark Williams at the 5, LaMelo at the 1, and maybe still have Terry Rozier at the 2. That is a fun Hornets team for the future, but it is interesting to add Holland to a team with Brandon Miller, and it looks like Miles Bridges might be coming back as well. But Hornets, you take best player available. Isn't that ironic? So the Pistons coming here with the 2nd worst odds. I'm going to have them take Matas Buzelis, who's also in the G League Ignite. So remember back in 2012 where the top 2 picks were from Kentucky with AD #1 and Michael Kidd-Gilchrist 2. In 2014, we had Wiggins 1 and B 3. Yeah, we could have 2 G League Ignite prospects being the top 2 picks in the draft, which is crazy. Buzelis could really be a 3-level scorer at the next level. He's 6'9" right now and probably might grow another inch or 2. He's got really good handles, especially with somebody of his size. If he grows to like 6'10" and has the handles he has, he may be the #1 overall pick in the draft. He's got really good court vision as well. I love his playmaking from what I've seen from him so far. And he's kind of going to be like that next big wing like we've seen from Michael Porter Jr. and most recently drafted Brandon Miller. He definitely is thin right now, but like that's like so many prospects coming into their collegiate or season right before the NBA draft. I really love his jump shot though. I think this is going to translate to the next level. It's smooth. It looks really good. And I think he's going to have a great G League Ignite year. You'd put him next to Osor Thompson and Cade Cunningham and Jaden Ivey, and you can maybe even play him at the 4, which would be kind of incredible and can really give you some versatile lineups. So I'm just imagining Matas in Detroit. That would be fun. So the Houston Rockets have the next pick here at #3, and I believe that a point guard prospect is one of the best guys here, but I don't think that the Rockets are going to go with the point guard. They might sign one in free agency. They just drafted Amen Thompson. So I'm going to have them select Justin Edwards, another forward, and he's out of Kentucky. So we got a college player off the board. Edwards is going to be one of the best athletes in this class. He can really jump out of the gym. I'm so excited to watch him in the NCAA this year, which is going to be just an absolute loaded Kentucky team. Like we'll get to some other Kentucky prospects in this mock draft. He's got a good mid-range game. He's really good on the defensive end, and I think he's going to be a very solid isolation player at Kentucky this year. I hope that Calipari can run some of the offense through him, and we could see him in some ISO sets, some post sets, and just one-on-one sets, because I think that's where he can really excel. And he's going to be joining the Houston Rockets as another forward, which would be super fun. Now, this pick could technically go to the OKC Thunder as well. There's some protections on it, but I think either it's OKC or Houston picking here at 3. Both teams have plenty of guards, so I think they can go with a forward here if it's the Thunder or the Rockets. At #4 here, we have the Washington Wizards. I think they may finish as the worst team in the NBA. I don't know what NBA.com is thinking. I believe that they are going to go with a point guard prospect out of USC, maybe the best player in this class, and that's Isaiah Collier. And Isaiah Collier is my point guard 1 in this class. This class isn't kind of looked as to be a good draft class. It's not really deep in any position, and it's definitely very top heavy, but I think Isaiah Collier could be a very good point guard at the NBA level. 6'3" point guard who's a pass first player. You're going to see so many eyes on him because he's playing on the same team as Bronny over there in Southern California. He's an elite pick and roll player, and I think he's just going to be absurdly good as a floor general for the Trojans this year. And I'm excited to see him at the NBA level. And I think this is a point guard you could build around in DC because they're going to be entering a 3 or 4 year rebuild. Next up, we have the Utah Jazz, and I think that they are going to go with another point guard here right after Collier. At 5, they are going to take DJ Wagner, a point guard out of Kentucky. Wagner may be a little bit score first that I like at the moment, so I really want him to see him develop his passing skills at Kentucky this year. Yeah, the second Kentucky player drafted in the top 5. But yeah, he could score by any means on all parts of the floor. I'm just excited to see him hopefully develop those skills at the next level. And you pair him up with their loaded front court of Hendricks, Marketing, Kessler, now John Collins. He could be a great backcourt partner to either Colin Sexton, Jordan Clarkson, Keontae George, Osei Agbaji, who's ever the future there at the 2. And at number 6, we have the Orlando Magic for the second straight year. They're going to go with Zachary Versace out of France. Versace is the first European prospect here at the moment, and he has been struggling for France in their competitive play over the last couple of weeks, but I think he will be fine. The skill level is a lot better over there, and it's a lot more competitive. He's 6'8", who could be a very good defender and has a nice looking jump shot. It hasn't really been falling, but I think it will over time. We have a whole year for him to develop, and you're adding another athletic wing freak to this Orlando Magic team that just has so much young talent. It's kind of insane. Camera got corrupted here for the number 7 pick, in which the San Antonio Spurs are going to be selecting Stephon Castle, a point guard out of UConn. UConn is going to be loaded once again next year, and we know that the San Antonio Spurs are looking for that long-term point guard partner next to Wemby. He's a jumbo combo guard, can also play the wing as well. He can get where he wants on the floor. I think he can also be a 3-level scorer at the next level. And yeah, having that versatility where he could play the 1, the 2, or 3 could be so valuable in the top 10. At number 8, we have the Indiana Pacers, and I'm going to have them select Cody Williams, a wing out of Colorado. What's cool about Cody Williams, he's the brother of Jalen Williams, who was the breakout star for the OKC Thunder last year. And he plays like his brother as well. He's a long, talented forward with good playmaking ability and could be that long-term small forward for the Indiana Pacers, like right next to Walker and Turner, and also right next to Mathurin and Halliburton. At number 9, we have the Chicago Bulls, and I think they're going to go with a big man here. There's some good big men on the board, and that's Ade Mara over in Spain. He's 7'3", 233, so he's not like a skinny big man coming over. This guy is really built, and I think he'd be like physically ready right away for the Bulls. And he's a really good passer for somebody at his size. I don't think Chicago would pass up on him even if they just re-signed Nikola Vucevic, because hey, move Vucevic at the 4, have Mara at the 5. I could be down with that. At number 10, we have the Portland Trailblazers. I'm going to have them select Aaron Bradshaw, another center out of Kentucky, their 3rd top 10 player. Yusuf Nurkic isn't the long-term answer for them at the 5. And Bradshaw has elite size and athleticism. He could be a very good rim protector. I'm so excited to watch him at Kentucky this year, like all these prospects, to see how they're going to develop over time. And yeah, let's move on from Yusuf Nurkic eventually. At number 11, we have the OKC Thunder. And I'm going to have them take a center as well. Donovan Clingan out of UConn. He's going to be staying there. He just won a national championship with them, and the Thunder could add another 5 to this roster. They don't really need another guard. They may already have another top 5 pick from the Houston Rockets. This is from the Chris Paul, Russell Westbrook trades, so the rich are just getting richer when it comes to the young core over there in Oklahoma City. At number 12, we have the Brooklyn Nets, and I'm going to have them select best player available, Bobby Klintman, who played his freshman year last year in Wake Forest, declared for the NBA draft, then withdrew from it, and now is going overseas in the NBL. He has an elite frame, elite size, ton of upside, and that's what the Brooklyn Nets need to do desperately, because they don't have many of their future first-round picks from the James Harden Rockets deal. At 13, we have the Toronto Raptors, and I'm going to have them select Tyrese Proctor, who's going to be a sophomore at Duke. I think this was the right and smart decision from Proctor, because he can really elevate his draft stock in a much weaker class, because I think there's like a trio of point guards at the top, and then it really drops off here. It could be Proctor, it could be somebody else. He has an elite size and frame for a point guard. He's got high basketball IQ. I think he's going to really elevate his draft stock this year for the Blue Devils, and the Raptors maybe get their long-term point guard if they don't want to put Scotty Barnes there. And with the last pick in the lottery, it's the Minnesota Timberwolves. I'm going to have them go with Bronny James. I think he's like a fringe lottery prospect at the moment. He's going to be playing at USC, maybe even come off the bench. A lot of people are comparing him to like that Marcus Smart archetype. Good defender, smart offensive player, and could be a good leader, high competitive player, maybe knock down a couple threes as well. And maybe he'd be a fun point guard hard to pair up with Anthony Edwards in that backcourt. And then maybe you also get LeBron James as well. Let me know in the comments if I'm just too high on Bronny at the moment, but I do think he's a fringe lottery player right now. So yeah, that was my way too early 2024 NBA mock draft. Let me know what you guys think down below. It's going to be crazy to react to this in a year from now to see how much has changed. If you do enjoy this type of content, feel free to drop a thumbs up. I love you guys, and I'll catch you on the next one. Peace.